Here we go with Unit 11, Day 2, Arithmetic Sequences, Part 1. I'm going to start reading that first sentence on the top there. Arithmetic sequences are a list of numbers where you have to find if it has a pattern to it by either adding or subtracting the same number throughout the sequence. Let's look at the following. So this one I have 5, then 10, then 15, then 20. Hopefully you can see that we are adding 5 to each number to get to the next. So from 5 to 10 I went up 5, from 10 to 15 I went up 5, and so on. It's that pattern each and every time. This thing is what we call the common difference. Common difference is that little d. You take the second number and you subtract it from the first number. So let's practice that. So I have example 2. 2, 5, 8, 11, 14. To get the common difference, let's say d, I take the second number, which is the 5, and I subtract it from the 2. 5 minus 2 gives me 3. That means my common difference is 3. That means I'm adding 3 to each term to get to the next. So if I take 14 and I add 3, I'm at 17. 3 more is 20. 3 more is 23. Example 3, negative 4, 2, 8, 14, 20. To get that common difference, I take the second number 2, I subtract it from the first, which is minus negative 4. That double negative really makes a positive. So 2 plus 4 gives me 6. That means my common difference is 6. So I'm going to do 20 and then 6 more. That's 26. 6 more is 32. 6 more is 38. Here we go. Deciding whether a sequence is arithmetic. In other words, are all the differences, the d value, the same? How we can do this? We're going to take this in chunks. So I'm going to do this a couple times. I'm going to take the second number, which is 1, and subtract it from the first number. So 1 minus negative 3. I do that. It ends up being added together. I get 4. Now I'm going to do it again for the third number, 5, and subtract it from the second number, 5 minus 4. 5 minus 1. That equals 4. It looks good so far. Then I'm going to do it from the next one. I'm going to take the fourth number and subtract it from the third number. So 9 minus 5, I get 4. What I'm looking at is that all these numbers that I just circled matched. If they all match, then we're going to say, yes, this actually is arithmetic. And the reason is because all of those common differences between the numbers match. So let's check the next one. I'm going to do the same thing. Second number minus the first number. 5 minus 2 is 3. Okay, then I'm going to do the third number minus the second number. 10 minus 5 is 5. That doesn't look good. Let's just check it one last time. The fourth number minus the third number, 17 minus 10, I get 7. Again, I want to look at those last numbers that I got that I circled. They have to match. Those don't match at all. That means the common difference isn't the same, which means that it is not arithmetic. Okay. You are going to be asked to write the rule for the nth term of the sequence. Here is our formula. So I'm highlighting yellow, but this thing right here is our formula that we're about to use for the next few problems. Let's give what each variable means. So a sub 1. This means the first term. The first term in the sequence. The next one is n. This is, let's say, the term you want, or the term that you're looking for. D, we've been talking about this. This is our common difference. Squeeze that in there. Okay, let's jump right into some examples. You're definitely going to need that formula for these next few. Example 6. It says d is equal to 2. A sub 1 is equal to 12. It wants you to find the 11th term. That is what you're looking for. That is what you want. So that means n is equal to 11. I'm going to write out my formula. so that I can kind of plug some things into it. It can get a little complicated, so just make sure that you write down the right formula. I'm going to color code this. So D is equal to 2. I'm going to plug in a 2 for D. A sub 1 is equal to 12. I'll plug that in for A sub 1. Then we just figured out that n is equal to 11. So I have two spots where there's a little n. I'm going to plug those in. So I have A sub 11 is equal to 12 plus, and then I got my parentheses, 11 minus 1, and then on the outside there I have times 2. What I need you to think back to is PEMDAS. How the heck do we solve this, right? I want to figure out, what does A11 equal? A sub 11. I got to figure out this right-hand side, so I need to go in order. The first thing I need to do is P, parentheses. I have some parentheses. I want to do that first. In parentheses, 11 minus 1 ends up giving me 10. So I took care of my P for parentheses. E is exponents. I do not have any exponents, so I don't have to worry about that. Next is multiplication. I do have some multiplication. I'm going to go ahead and multiply 10 times 2, and I end up getting 20. Okay, did that. D is division. Don't have to worry about it. A is addition. I have adding. I'm going to go ahead and add those two pieces. 12 plus 20 gives me 32. So I end up getting A sub 11 is equal to 32. Let's say and kind of describe what this actually means. So this means the 11th term in the sequence is equal to 32. And that's what that means. Okay, one more. We're going to use that same formula. Gives you D is equal to negative 5, A sub 1 is equal to 16, and we want to find the 10th term. So again, this is what we're looking for, that is n. I'm going to write the formula. A sub n is equal to A sub 1 plus n minus 1 times D. I'm going to color code again. I'm going to do D is yellow, A sub 1 is green, and then the n is blue, and I just got to plug them in. So A sub 10 is equal to 16 plus 10 minus 1 times negative 5. Okay, and if this is easier, let's do times negative 5 in parentheses so you don't get that mixed up. And again, I'm looking to break down the right-hand side because I want to know what A sub 10 equals. Think into PEMDAS. Okay, P is first, that's parentheses. So I'm going to go ahead and do that parentheses piece first. So I have 10 minus 1, that gives me a 9. So I'll switch that. Took care of parentheses. I do not have exponents, so that's out. Next is multiplication. I do have some multiplication. 9 times negative 5 is going to give me negative 45. So let's switch all of this, and I get negative 45. Okay, so that took care of multiplication. I do not have division. I do not have addition. So then I move on to subtraction. I do have subtraction. So 16 minus 45, I'm going to go ahead and do that subtraction. I get A sub 10 is equal to, and that ends up being negative 29. But let's write what this means. That means the 10th term in this sequence is equal to negative 29. Okay, if I went too fast, go ahead and stop the video, rewatch the video so that you understand this.